whyuce? Tell me why the sky's blue. Tell me why this money is green. Now Lord, please, tell me why I do these things to make tea. Now yeah, let me. They kick me out of church, cause I just don't listen. Always fall asleep when the preacher is preaching. Not my fault, I do love God, but on Saturday nights I be all up
went to church. Who got kicked out of church? Welcome to another episode of whyuce. Hello, gentlemen. Hello. Good morning, everybody.
What's up? What's up, guys?
We're here for another wonderful episode for whyuce, and let's introduce each other real quick. I'm your queen here.
And I'm Puni Moa, baby.
And I'm Ben Jeezy.
What's up, brothers?
What up?
Boy, do we have a wonderful topic today. Do you guys agree? Are you guys ready?
Yes, let's do this.
All right, let's do this. So a lot of things been happening around the world, period. But we're going to focus on one incident that's occurring over time, and it's occurring too many times, whereas a lot of people are actually really afraid these days to go shopping, to go even driving on the freeways. Companies are pulling out of these cities. And the city we want to talk about today, because a lot of events are happening, this one particular event, but there's multiple occurrences, is in the Bay Area, San Francisco, California. Now, that's not the only city that's happening, but we just want to focus on this because there's a lot's going on in the world, and these are scary times. So I just want to hear you guys' input on, these videos that are out there that's showing these thieves breaking into cars, and then it's just plaguing the city of San Francisco right now. It's even affecting the tourism out there. So I present the question, gentlemen, is are you guys aware of this? And what are your thoughts? So we're going to go ahead and start with Mr. Puni Moa with this topic. What do you guys say, bro?
Before I say anything, man, I just want to do a shout out to San Francisco Bay Area, I just have to throw that in there. Y'all hear that?
Is there?
And I just want to say, man, what the hell y'all thinking, y'all? You know what I'm saying? To me, it's crazy. It's as y'all know, I'm living out here in the South. So it's been a while since I've been back out there in the Bay. And to hear the stories, shout out first to El Banger for bringing this topic up. I feel like, what is this world coming into or getting into? I honestly feel like it's a political move, like that started this whole thing. Now that people are actually, with the whole like raising the tax in California, the whole part of like the criminal side that we talked about before too, like there's a certain amount of things you got to do, right, Ben Jeezy, that a certain what is it, felony action that you have to do when burglary or robbery that you have to do where you won't get locked up. I think all that plays a part, because I feel like when I'm saying politic, I think that these 2%ers that we talk about, we're trying to kick out all the ones that not making money. And this was their way by raising taxes and then also changing laws as far as law enforcement, which this is now the ripple effect. This is the outcome of this, is people are getting desperate. And it's a lot of people in the low income area that are getting desperate to where this is the livelihood that they got to do to just make ends meet, and that's where I'm at right now, man. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say, as we dive into this.
So before we get to our brother here, Ben Jeezy, I just want to comment on something you just said about being political. We all are responsible for our actions, correct? My whole ordeal with this, just my personal opinion, but this is, but then we also look at the other way. We tend to try to blame the 2%ers, or which they are at fault sometimes, but not everything's at fault. This is our community. I look at it as our community. Why would anyone would want to go sabotage your community? Like, remember, we talked about this in whyuce back in the days, is being involved in legislative items, being involved in city hall meetings, being involved by getting active and speaking to your representatives about these laws, these crazy laws that are being passed in each state. So you're talking about the amount of, what is it, to be able to be a crime or something. I think it's like 1,000 or 800. I'm not sure. I don't know the laws out there in San Francisco specifically, but it's giving a waiver to a lot of these guys to just go do whatever they want.
Mm.
It could be just an excuse to go do the things, just like how back in high school, we used to just leave school, don't even know why we're leaving school, but we're joining these rallies that's happening, and you're trying to stand up for some type of political right. That's what I did back in high school. It was just an excuse to leave the school because we're about to go do rallies. So just commenting on what you were saying, Puni Moa, the political side of it, I can see a lot of blame on that. But then also we, as human beings, everyone has a choice of either to keep your community safe or just do whatever you need in desperate times. Is it really desperate times? Is
Mm.
that person who's committed a crime really desperate for money, or they just feel like they can do it because they just can? All right, all right, brother. I'll turn it over to you, Benjeezy.
Well, I'm gonna take my red pill right now, Queen.
Yeah.
Keep it real.
Yeah, let's go.
You know, it's Frisco. It's time to wake up, man. Those true blue views, they need to get it out the way. I think it's time to start voting a different way out there. People go out there to Frisco now. It's crazy. Like it looks like a video game. You got all these bums standing out there looking all crazy. The drugs is getting bad out there. Frisco used to be a really beautiful place back then. It was really beautiful. Now they're just letting these guys get away with stuff. Me and Puni was talking about the other day. These crackheads are like studying now. Like nowadays, like it's not a felony if you still underneath $800. So these guys will steal $799, knowing that well they just don't get a ticket. And then these true blue views, you know what I mean? These liberals are getting a little out of hand out there. I think it's time to start voting a different way. Just test it out, Frisco. You guys are a beautiful place, beautiful city. Try something else. That's my look at it.
So it seems like you're saying that like what I'm saying is it's the 2% and the political side, or are you
I
like
wouldn't
siding with
I wouldn't
Queen?
completely blame it on the super centers. I say you got these radical liberals out there who are living in Frisco. Oregon is dealing with the same problem. They got clinics out there to help out these heroin addicts. Like that's crazy, bro. Especially growing up the way we grow up. There's a heroin addict clinic, bro, where they're getting drugs at for free. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like they need to do something, man. They're just catering to these type of people. And we know what type of people we're talking about. These are the guys that go out there and do the whole riots and stuff. Seattle got a little bit of them during that time.
Yes,
You know what I
Seattle.
mean? Oregon, yeah. Oregon got it. But the ones in Seattle, they ran into the big ooses over there at Nike outlet. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Right.
So it's those people they need to get taught a lesson. I think they've been doing a lot of crime lately, and they just been getting slapped on the wrist. I think
What
they
do
need
you
to up it
what
up
do you
some.
mean by the Nike outlet? I never heard of that one. What's going on?
It was
Enlighten me.
it was those rioters, man.
During COVID time, during
Hmm.
COVID time, the rioters were like hitting all the major companies out there downtown,
Oh, this
and
is
they
in
try to
Seattle.
go, yeah, they try to go to Nike, and you had the Usos right there standing in front,
Yeah.
protecting the company, and they just turned around and walked away.
Man. But going back to what you were saying though, so sounds like it's not only San Francisco that this is happening. This is actually happening all over the West Coast. Sounds like that's what's going. Because like I
Yeah,
said, I wasn't aware of this until El Banger brought it up on a
Mhm.
it's
comment.
happening in a lot of blue states, Oos. I'm just keeping it real. If you liberals out there want to type into the whyuce podcast, argue with Ben Jeezy, be my guest.
Mm.
Come at me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just keeping it real. There's nothing wrong with having democracy in the country, people. We can just try voting a different way. We have different presidents every 4 years or 8 years, depending on if they get reelected. Maybe it's time to try a different viewpoint. Frisco, Frisco, Seattle, Oregon. Maybe it's time to go the other way. Let's try a different color in the state and see what happens.
Or let's just try something that's, we see that's not working, like enabling um them, and by giving them needles to have a safe
Hmm.
place to do drugs. Okay, they tried it. It's not working. It's being abused. Just like the
No.
welfare system back in the days and still today
Yeah.
with different name for it.
Can you repeat that one more time, Queen? Just like the what?
The just like the welfare, the
Oh,
welfare.
the welfare, food stamps, and
Yes, how people
okay.
takes advantage of the system, milking it. And you have opportunities out there to get jobs and education, but we're not using it correctly. Just like this, I use it as an example for the needles that's being given out. We're enabling these folks. Just it's so it's not working now. You see the crime has gone, it's high. So is it really a blue or red thing? I think it's just yeah, it could be because it's going way, way far to the other side. But how about
Yeah.
but like people are crying out there right now. Just be human beings. Forget what side you're working on. Just freaking fix the damn problem. We know what the problems are out there, but stop fighting about what party you this and that. But yeah, there's problems. We have huge problems. And it is slowly, well, it's not slowly, it is spreading like wildfire. They're duplicating everything that happened in California because it's come up to the Pacific Northwest, and now it's going to slowly make its way into the other states, going all the way where you at, Puni Moa, if we're not careful. Because these laws are being passed, like he said, $800, and you're going to steal 799 worth of items.
Merch. Yeah.
You're going to get away with it. That's the problem we
Yeah.
have. So
So,
that's why people got to start going and change these laws within your cities.
so you bring up a valid point. Sometimes it's not even the justice system. Sometimes it could also just be the individuals or a group of people that they just have criminal minds.
Yep, we just gave them ammo to be more organized criminals.
I mean, because that's what it seems like. It feels like, with all these, the ones that goes on strikes, not a certain group of people. A lot of times when they're doing strikes or they're doing these walk of, what do they call the rallies when they're doing rallies?
Mhm.
Protests.
The protesting. I'm always
Mhm.
hearing from the main media saying that a lot of the people that are there too they're not even there for the purpose of it. They're actually just there just to start wreak havoc, you know. And there's been so many examples of those. So I feel like what I'm trying to say is like it's hard to pinpoint what the cause is, what the problem is. Sometimes I just feel like it's just people. There's no reason. Why is it that we have so many homeless people in California? I know that California passed a certain law to where homeless can be hanging around all these fast food restaurants. I was aware of that back in like 2019 or 2018, but now it's changed. Like there's just so many homeless people out there. My what I'm trying to say is, could it be the people themselves too, making they just don't want to change? Doesn't matter what you give them, whatever solution you come up with, they're stuck in their ways. Could that be the problem too?
I disagree with that, man,
Hmm.
because I feel like it's what's the point of having a system, right?
Mhm.
Like I said, like that's the whole point of us having a democracy. We can't blame the people because then that's what we're just saying, oh, San Franciscoans are just idiots, or or they're just violent, or they're just petty thieves. I don't believe that, man. I think the people of Frisco are really good people. I think is like we were talking about. It's just the system, man. Like it's called democracy for a reason, man. Like I'm not a Republican or Democrat hardcore like that, but my views do lean a certain way. You know what I mean? But democracy is a beautiful thing, man. That's why we can test things out. Let's test it out for
Yeah.
4 years. We don't like this president. Let's outvote him out. Let's get somebody in. You know what I mean? These states have been so stuck in their ways.
Yep.
I think that's the reason why these people are doing things like that. If they just free it up, man. Nevada. I live in Nevada. Nevada used to be a red state all the time. Out of nowhere, we started voting blue. But that's okay though. It's good to experience different things. When we got a little bit of the red in here, man, marijuana is legal here. You know what I mean? And but we still got our guns though.
Yeah,
What I'm saying? You get best of both worlds when you open up and give things a try. If Frisco would just give it a try, just try it out. If you guys don't like it, the next 4 years, vote something else, man.
that's bottom line. Give it a try.
Yeah.
You can't stick to safety. You can't use the term, well, this is all we always been doing it this way. Just because you always been doing this way does not mean it's right. It ain't working.
Hmm.
It's time to change things up. And you're right, democracy. There's a reason why this country is all about democracy. Change things up, and I see that it is an individual decision because what we present as a city or state wherever you live in, people make that decision. It's like, oh well, I don't need to live this way. They're going to provide me free hotel to stay in, free needle to shoot myself up, meals here
Hmm.
and there. So I choose to be homeless. When I remember when I was helping out with one of the homeless people, some of them chose to live that way because it's easier, less stress for them. They're not drug dealers. They just rather be homeless because they don't no worries, but they still go to work. There's different types of homeless out there. And some of them choose to live in their car or just live on the streets, move around, but they still work. Some of them still work. It was amazing to me just having conversations with them. And then, you read it out there on the news too sometimes. Some homeless just runs up to your car and just, like one slashed you in the neck trying to rob you or just doing it just for the hell of it. It's scary times nowadays, so that's why we have to be very careful. And man, Frisco is our hometown. That's my city, and I love the city. I still go out there and visit, and it's not the same anymore. I miss the Mission District. Like, what happened to that? It don't even look like Mission anymore. I mean, even Hunters Point was kind of clean. That shocked the hell out of me. He says going out there and visit. I mean, it's not a good. It's a good thing that it's clean, but it's the laws. It's how we're enabling. It's not a lot of people's talking about it. They'll just show little clips here and there, but they don't explain the actual situation and why the situation is like this.
So it all
We're
goes
not
back. Yeah.
narrative. It's the narrative. They're just trying to blame it on the low, the poor. Right now, like we talked about, they're doing away with middle class. It's all about the high and the poor. That's it.
Hmm.
But they're controlling narrative and just trying to blame it on the homeless and the ghetto and everywhere. But man, we gotta do better, people. And like you said, there's nothing wrong with being red or blue, but we just gotta be humans. It's just like, look what's going on around us. How can we change this? I mean, come on. You're on a freeway. Talk about that video that El Banger was talking about. Was it the video or you, Puni Moa, mentioned earlier? How they're just waiting in traffic, and then you saw someone come and just smash the
Just
window.
pull
Took the
up. Yep. Like
Tell us a little bit
in
about that.
actual live traffic. This is daytime. You know how you have like San Francisco, there's always one ways, right? There's like 5 lanes, one way going, and this car seems like it was about to enter the freeway, and it just happened to stop during the traffic. This is like there's cars in the back of it, there's a car in front of it, and this car just pulled up to it right next to it, shattered the back window. What do they call this little shatter thing? The little device, the little tool thing. It's like a little. You just tap a certain area of the window, and it'll just shatter the whole window. So it looked like that's what he had, or he, or it, or whatever they call, and grabbed like a luggage from the back and took off, right? In
Right.
broad daylight. That's exactly the craziness. Now, just going back to what you guys were saying, and I see what you guys are saying. That's a valid point. But Puni Moa, I always try to be non-biased about things. I also feel like sometimes it also, what about, how can we explain, what about the gang members? Remember, we were all raised in California. There's a point of time me and you, Queen, was in Hunters Point. When I was in Hunters Point, the reason why I left Hunters Point because of the gang going on, relationship, all that. I was just tired of just walking and just seeing somebody with a Hennessy, like every block had a Hennessy with $100 bills. Somebody got shot and died right there. I was tired of that. Well, can we explain those kind of people? Because there's a certain amount of group of people that like, and we're talking about gangs in the hood, that's what they're all about. They don't know any other thing. Politics doesn't even bother them. It's just that's their culture. They were raised in that. You know what I'm saying? It was all about what they represent. And a lot of times, let's keep it real. It feels like there's a lot of hood guys that are the ones that are, or women, or whatever group of people jacking, the tourist areas and just what we see on TV. A lot of them had either they're dressing like they're hood people or they're just hood people. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? All I know is from my experience, which it doesn't matter, that's the reason why I left the hood, because I wanted a better life. Like Queen mentioned, it's to the individual. Now we can't. What about the gang? The gang members, they have a certain code that they live by, and a lot of times the gang is built off of what? Crime. So is it safe to say, can we just always pinpoint the government? You get what I'm saying? Or even pinpoint the two percenters? I think every group has an involvement of the issue that's going on right now, which is current. And the reason why it's a concern to me is because if I ever visit San Francisco with my family, now I'm worried about my kids and my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in an area in the South where sometimes I can leave my keys out. I mean, forget in the car and it'll still be there. Matter of fact, I ordered some pizza. I went to pick it up. I forgot my phone there. 30 minutes, I went back. They had my phone. Now, if this is in Frisco or in California, I could just kiss that phone goodbye. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Real
Like, there's a
talk.
difference. There's a difference. That's. I just feel like I'm not accusing a certain group of people. I just feel like sometimes there's a bigger play in this. It's just not just the government. It's just not the 2%. It's also us individuals and group are accountable. It's the whole nation. You know what I'm saying? People are just it's people are also the reason. That's why I said, why do we have so many homeless? Why do we have so many people in jail? Why do we even have all these things called gang members? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it, guys.
I'll keep it real, bro. I don't think it is gang members or people
Mhm.
from the hood anymore. The level of crime now is, bro. People from the hood are more scared of crackheads than anything nowadays. The crackheads are taking over, bro. These addicts are everywhere. Before you would worry it was a healthy young gangster who had a blue flag on his, you know what I mean, on the left side of his pants. I don't think it's that anymore, bro. It's more of these addicts. These addicts are starting to take over. We see a big rush of fentanyl coming taking over on the west coast of over here. It's hitting Nevada. It hit California. I honestly don't believe gang members are like that anymore. I think a lot of these gang members and these like myself, man, these former drug dealers, we're starting to educate ourselves, man. We're getting deep into it. Like me, I didn't give a damn about no taxes and stuff like that back then when I was selling drugs, but now that I'm not, I'm working for a living. Hey, I'm learning, man. I don't want to pay for these addicts that are out there doing all that stuff. You know what I mean? But
Right.
the crime rate is different, man. Before it was like that right there, Puni, how you were explaining that they were parked, at a red light and they got robbed like that. That's
Yeah,
that's some that's some
that's a new
crackhead stuff,
level.
bro.
It's a new level
That's
of
some
criminal.
yeah. That's some addict stuff, man. Name one type of person in the hood. We all grew up in the hood. Who's the one person that would do some crazy stuff where you're just like, what the hell? It's
We call
always
them
those
base
crack.
heads back in
Yeah,
the
it's
days.
the base heads, the crackheads. Those mother lovers are the ones jumping through the windows or jumping in your backyard. You'll see them running off with your kid's bike. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the guys. Now it's that times 10. Like
Mm,
whatever these guys are on, they're like super crackheads now, bro. You know what I mean? Draw these guys a superhero suit, man. That's what they are now. To do something like that, I think what was more shocking about that story for me was like if they weren't addicts, how hungry you got to be in America to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's shocking to me.
yeah. And to also add on to both of you, it's not really to me, honestly, I see it's not as individuals from the ghetto anymore. It's
Hmm.
people who are on these fentanyls, on these men, they're from good homes,
Nice, nice.
and the actions are caused by the drugs, that they're using, and that's why you see a lot of them wear ski masks these days, and they're covering their identity because they probably come from a good home. But like Benji just say, are we that broke to do this kind of stuff? So there's a lot of are we, why, a lot of questions. But I'm gonna have to agree on this one. It's not the gang. It's it's not the drug. I'm gonna have to say I don't think it's the drug dealers either.
You
It's
guys are absolutely. I concur with that because I was only bringing that out because I'm trying to
no, that's
have us,
fine. Yeah.
bring it out because you guys are right. Another thing I just remember, gang members, they hit up other gangs. They don't really, they don't hit up tourism. It stays
Mhm.
within the hood. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. So
It's like you
again, I
said,
just brought
Puni,
it
they
up.
got codes.
There's
They got
codes.
codes, Puni, like you said. Like I never seen growing up in my neighborhood, man. All the Crips and the Bloods that I've seen, man, they always helped out us kids in the
Yep.
ghetto. They never robbed us.
Yeah.
Maybe they did something outside of it, man. But from my experience, these guys always drove by us in the morning, be like, "Hey, y'all getting to school?" Be like, "Oh yeah, we're getting to school." They'll follow us all up to school, like
hmm
telling us to
hmm
gang bang the books, not gang bang these colors. Like
Yeah.
so. I think it's more of a desperation thing, man. It's these. I don't know if they're addicts or they're just really down and out like that, man. But it's just it's crazy that you have to be down and out that bad in America to do something like that. I still believe we're the greatest country in the world, but it's crazy that a lot of things like that are going on right now.
I mean, I remember Queen. You want to share that story, and you don't have to mention the name. You just recently visited one of our cousin, and what he was saying to you when you had went to park. That's crazy to me.
Oh yeah, like it's now when you go visit in the Bay Area, you really got to clear your car out and just throw everything in the trunk because it's obvious you don't want anything visible because your car will just get broken in just for the hell of it. You know, Probably even for a USB wire that's hanging out there or a pair of glasses.
That's
I
crazy,
mean,
yo.
my car got broken out in here daylight. It's like it's crazy, and there was a slew of cars. It just so happened we see a cop there, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, there's multiple cars that got broken into. You're just one of them." I'm like, "What the hell?" And they just gave us a claim number, and that was it. They broke the front passenger side and the back side, and took whatever they can, but there's really nothing in there. But people are just doing things just because, just hitting cars randomly. Man, it's just crazy the way things are going on right now. Everything's being controlled. Not everything, but there are things being controlled. The narrative is being controlled by the media. It could be the news, could be social, but then you as an individual, you're gonna have to really do your research, you know. And so with all these crimes and things just escalating, and it really increased the drug usage and stuff. This is just me. When COVID happened, I look at it, me and my theory, they planted this shit, trying to see how bad they could control the country. And boy, did they control the country. And so this is where I saw all the homeless. Like they gave the hotels to the homeless. They had homeless be able to ride the buses for free for like a whole 2 months or something. It was to the point where some people were getting mugged on the bus. Because you got a couple of homeless folks just riding the bus back and forth, and like you said, Benji, these guys are smart. They're watching and they know they're running this stuff because they're getting away with it. There's no
Mhm.
accountability. Where's the accountability? That's my question. Where is the accountability?
So I thought it was okay to smoke in the house, and then I got my ass kicked, and then I didn't smoke in the house again. You know what I'm
Thank you. Now you just run out the store with a car full of food. Well,
saying?
I want to do that too, but I can't because it's just me.
Hmm.
But you see a lot of folks running out cart of clothes,
Well,
electronics.
I see you doing that when we were young. When I was in my,
Now, but
as a
this,
youngster,
you're
this
not
is
held
crazy.
accountable. I got busted with a bag of Guess overalls and jeans and stuff, and my picture was blasted all over Nordstrom. I could not enter that place. So I knew not to do it again. I was only in the 8th grade. It was accountability. They took my picture, called the house. I nearly got my butt whooped. But these days, man, imagine. I just keep thinking. We had cowards back there. I would have been caught with so many stuff. But just imagine we grew up with these kind of things. How would we
Hmm.
would have turned out? But I don't know. I guess the discipline from home really helped out. but there's no accountability the way what I'm seeing right now, and then the narrative out there. Do your research, folks, before you start thinking and believing what you see out there.
That's
There are real
crazy.
things are happening.
That's
You
crazy.
think
I
we
was
should
just
bring
thinking.
back we should punish these people in public,
Oh,
and
like in the front. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
catch one of these crackheads stealing, bro. Beat the hell out that mother. Just beat the hell out of them right in front of everybody, bro. Or just tie him up to a pole. You know what I'm saying?
So we're talking about solutions now, Queen. Let's talk about the solutions.
So what Ben Jeezy just talked about, beating people in public, and I said this to somebody. We're gonna have a purge. What's that movie? Purge.
On the purge.
Oh, the purge. Yeah,
There's gonna be a purge coming out soon.
man. Now imagine if that really happened, yo. If there was a
Those are scary times. I'm saying because you talking about punishing people, like you want to do accountability on social media. They're like, oh, you want that? We're gonna have a purge session. All right, let's stop giving them ideas because they already probably punished.
For real.
I don't
Patent
know
pending.
what is the solution?
I always felt like so are we talking we're talking about the robberies, right? Because are we putting in the homeless because they could be the robbers? I've always felt like that the homeless people, the way to fix the that situation, because they're overpopulating really just the state of California. Feels like it. The solution to that is to just have them become the soldiers, send them off to Iraq and everywhere, wherever the war's at, and have them deal with it.
You
And
know, one of
I've also felt like that with prisoners too, But again, that's just a solution.
hmm,
Hey, you want to send them to war?
I know, right?
Just how
Hey,
like
the streets would be clean in a week. These boys.
That's all they would know how to do. Just kidding. You got to
yeah.
slowly integrate them back into society.
I'm just saying, if we was in power, right, and you ask Puni Moa what we do,
Oh,
it's just like I'm doing the old ways, bro. I'm gonna just have all of these ones that are the 98 percenters that are not falling in place. Send them out to war to fight the battles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have them deal with it. Just be cold turkey about it too. And then, like you said, like in England, in UK, like put them in public, cut their heads off, chop them head, like this person is found guilty for stealing this, yada yada. Your punishment is we're gonna cut your hands.
okay.
I don't know,
Well,
man. Don't hold me against it, guys. I'm just saying it out loud.
yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
man. I agree with you with that, man. They need to get punished publicly, man. So maybe we set an example, with somebody, So everybody, your fellow crackhead out there, if you catch him stealing, just beat the hell out that dude. Teach him a lesson, man. Or take him to church. You know what I mean?
Glad you jumped on the church early. I was like, okay, listeners, to my brothers right here, violence is not always the answer.
We're just looking at situations. That's all it
I
is. You know
love
what I'm
their
saying?
ideas. I love their forthcoming. It's very nice. But sometimes, I guess what's that verse in the Bible, Puni Moa? You
Which
got to
one?
teach with the rod or something. The child
Yeah, teach a rod, strike them with a rod, something like that.
to a point. To a point. But one of my maybe a solution, but a recommendation. For those of you that witness this stuff and you're right there, instead of picking up your damn cameras and recording, how about we go out there and help them?
Help,
You know,
man.
that's a punk ass move when you just pick up your phone and start, look, she's drowning, she's drowning. I like go help her, go help him. But I hate it when I see someone recording a recording thing when something's happening, a crime's happening. I get it, it's for your safety, but if someone is getting beat up, call 911 or something instead of picking up your phone and recording it. Once you call 911, then you pick up the phone and record everything, so
Mhm.
you have evidence down the road. but people just immediately go to their phones and start recording.
I think there should be rules around that. It depends, though. You know, you remember that one? You remember that one video where that black security dude was getting his ass whipped by the white guys at like some kind of like
Oh, is it
the
the boat?
river? Remember? And
the
he threw
boat.
his when he
His
threw his
hat?
hat up. Yeah, that one, the viral one. Whoop, and then all the black folks came and just started, but the ones filming it, if they never filmed it, we would have never witnessed, what I'm saying, that Black Lives Matter, what I'm saying, the unity. Who said that black folks can't work together? That was a good example of like, they're willing to work together on certain occasions, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
feel like there should be certain, if there's enough bodies out there to help out, it should be recorded, right?
Right.
All I know is for the whyuce pod, we need the numbers to go up. And if I happen to come across some incident like that, and I know it's going to help our channel, I might be the one with the camera like whoop, flipping it and just recording it live. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real, y'all, in case,
Love it, love it. Love keeping it real. So, do you guys have any final thoughts before we close on this topic? Because this was a real good topic, and I'm glad we find some humor. It doesn't mean that we're teasing the fact, that what's going on, but we're really trying to just bring just educate and bring forth of what's going on in our beloved city, San Francisco, and it's just other city that's happening. So before we end this segment, gentlemen, final thoughts on it. Ben Jeezy, let's go ahead with you.
My final thoughts is we need to be cautious of these crackheads. You know what I mean? These ain't the same crackheads from the '90s and the '80s. These are like some super crackheads. They're strong, so people be safe out there and beat the hell out of them. If you catch them stealing some out of your house.
whoop that trick.
Beat them down.
Real.
All right, Puni, what you got?
I'm always going to remind y'all, if you can't beat them, join them. Be a crackhead. If you don't want to be, if you don't want to be a crackhead, the next solution is move out of the state. I told y'all, out here in the South and in the Midwest, man, the real estate, the sales tax, all that is a lot better. It's affordable. You know what I'm saying? I'm advocating for our people, especially Polynesians. Y'all need to move out here to come in and build a community with Puni Moa, and that's where I'm at with that, Queen. Is if you can't beat them, join them. Be a crackhead. If you don't want to be a crackhead, next option, move out. Come out here to the Midwest, baby.
You heard it here from the whyuce, from my brothers and myself, the Queen. Beat them. If you can't beat them, join them. Which I recommend not to do, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's be better Samaritans out there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this topic because I know we did.
What
And
about you, Queen? You haven't said anything about your closing talk. Opinion?
I was getting there until you
Oh, my
blabbered.
bad.
When I speak, go ahead and just rest, bro.
Hey, you need to stop that. You know what I'm saying? This is like bringing
He's right now,
flashbacks,
my
mental
dear.
illness, mental awareness. I'm just
Back
putting
in,
it out there, yo.
back in HP
So
right
Please,
now.
you know what I'm saying? This is
he
2000
just
now.
made aware that if I put him in check, it's going to cause mental illness to him.
It's just
So thank you for that
trauma. This is
awareness.
trauma right here, man.
Well, remember, this month of October about to come to an end. It is domestic violence,
You should put verbal violence too in there,
breast awareness, cancer.
Yes.
So so yes, we're coming to an end of October, and then we're talking about we just talked about our topic. So my whole point, my whole thing about what's going on is everyone get active. Instead of complaining with what's going on, why people are doing this, look into your laws, look into whatever that's going on in your city, get involved because a lot of these politicians are slowly just passing laws without even you knowing about it. And that's why things are going on. Let's get active. That's my whole thing. And my biggest thing is if you see something say something. Don't just record, call 911, help a brother or sister out that's getting beat down, like what these guys are saying. Beat them. If you can't get joined.
Is it recording? Is saying something, right? Yeah.
The audience.
Oh,
See, listen to the words that I'm saying. As you get to everybody see these two. Those who are listening. These two pull up their phones and started recording immediately when I was talking. That's why we're laughing. So now we're gonna go ahead and give it over to our brother here. The things we love, about some of the things in life. Football. We used to love talk about just the 49ers, but we're gonna make this whole segment football in general. I love me some football. So now I'm gonna turn it over to my brother here, Ben Jeezy, to take this over. Let's go.
Oh man. You know what? So we're doing the whyuce Sports Talk. We are sponsored by nobody right now. So come on, people.
Get with it.
Damn. Get us some sponsors here. So here we go. So what we
before
doing?
we come and rob your ass, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah. If you catch me robbing you, just don't hit my left side, bro. Just hit my right side.
Well, we
My
take a
back
page from San Francisco robbers and do the same thing, yo. Go ahead, Oos.
So the whyuce Sports Talk, man, come on, people. Get us some sponsors here. We're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna dive right into you guys 49ers. I'm gonna let Queen has the most popular soundbite where she says things are looking pretty good. So we'll let Queen go ahead and start off with the Niners versus the Bengals.
Thank you for the opportunity because things are looking pretty awful right now.
Oh man.
Oh man, my goodness. I think we're in a pretty awesome situation right now. How are we gonna lose 3 in a row? I feel like our players not there. They're not trying to play. It's both sides of the field. Yeah, you can blame all day long the defense, but where's the offense too when they used to score up to 30 points? Right now we've been stuck at 17, so you can't blame the defense. Yeah, Wilkes, you suck. But then the players, like, what's going on, man? If I feel like Wilkes is trying to force them to do what he's used to, but the boys are reluctant of trying to do that because they're used of the the 4-man rush and the man coverage and stuff. But my lord, you can't put the blame on one person. But we look pretty awful, guys. The 49ers look pretty awful right now, and at 5-3. I mean, 5-4 now. Are we? What are we? I'm not even paying attention anymore because I couldn't.
It's 5.
You guys are 5-3.
Yeah, 5-3.
We lost to the Cleveland Browns, Minnesota Vikings, and now the Cincinnati Bengals. And these are the teams we be dominating like crazy. And just watching the game, I'm like, where the hell are the players? And even when they get interviewed, they talk like, yeah, well, we're gonna fix it after the bye week. But I thought, motherfuckers, fix it now. Fix it now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's my little frustration. I'm just gonna let my brother here, Puni, talk about it. But yeah, peace, Niners. I still love y'all. Damn it.
Yeah, it's 49ers being the 49ers, you know what I'm saying? Giving me migraines every season. First, remember, I was expecting them to be a losing streak like what I'm accustomed to, and then just coming out and dominating towards the second half of the season, going all the way, right? And then be a disappointment at the end. But this year they turned it around. They came out firing out 30 points a game, 5 straight, and now looking like doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? I heard Queen talk about, yes, we are blaming Steve Wilkes. You know what I'm saying? I'm part of that. I feel like Steve Wilkes he's a sorry ass defensive coach, and he need to stop sitting up there in that damn booth and bring his ass down like the rest of the defense and coach from the field. So I see a lot of memes about that. Brock Purdy, I feel like Brock Purdy is he's still too short. Every game, I don't know if y'all noticed, the ball keeps getting tipped. And that was that one interception that was caused. He tried to throw it and they got an interception right in front of him. So his height has a problem. I've always had a problem with Brock Purdy's height. Another thing is I blame the Kyle Shanahan and also the doctors who cleared Purdy to play, because those two interceptions was pretty much Brock Purdy. It shows you that he was still concussion from the 6 days ago. That boy was not the same, man. He was getting knocked out too. And now I realize how important Trent Williams is, because also the running game wasn't even there. So yeah, we can blame here and there, but there was just so much. They just look doodle. They look doodle to me. I'm like, wow, these guys are just. And it sucks because my friends that I have, some of them are Eagle fans, and I really want to see that turn, that rematch. But the
Yeah.
Eagles are making me look really bad right now, where I'm like tired of seeing the Eagles up there. And all of a sudden now Dallas. And then what makes matters worse, real quick, is now the Seahawks is number one in our division.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like everything that I said earlier, like, oh, Seahawks ain't relevant. They're relevant now. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going to hear from our Seattle families about their
I
Hawks.
know, right?
You get what I'm saying? And I've never realized, Benji, that the Niners have so many haters, dog. Shoot.
Man, you guys are probably the most hated community out there besides the Raiders, bro. People hate you guys.
I mean,
I don't know why.
I think we're
Yes.
tied with the Dallas Cowboys. I think we're tied, but man, yeah, I seen it all. Maybe it's just my algorithm that's just sending me all the memes. But even like
Straight up.
the Polynesian podcasters, I'm like, damn, dog. The ones that are not Niner fans, come on, show us some love. You never see me talk smack about any other team, yo. You know what I'm saying? But maybe I should
Except for the
start.
Seahawks, the Cardinals, and the
Yeah, and the Rams, right? And the Packers. They're not relevant, but you know what I'm
oh,
saying? It's just like that.
save that.
That's I'm trying to. That's where I'm at, Queen and Ben Jeezy. I still blame Kyle Shanahan. He's the head coach. His decision making and it's showcasing the fact that his play calls are. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows his play calls. They got to stack it with 5 defensive line to stop the run. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
man, what's the coach? What's the coach out there? McDaniel. I wish we had him for just offensive plays. That's all. But that's where I'm at, guys. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Man, you guys had a rough game offensively. Shout out to Dano Hufanga though with he had eight solo tackles though in the game, man. 8 of them.
Oh
So
man, see,
shout out to the homeboy doing his thing,
real
man.
quick, guys, real quick, man. Because you're saying that, right? I look up even like Steve Wilkes, the defensive coach. Somebody posted that the records around this time, because this is what 8 games, right? 8 games in. He's actually has more wins than Salah and who's the one that went to the Texans. He has more wins.
Marco, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Mark, right? And I'm like, that don't matter. My question is, does data matter justify the way the outcome of players nowadays? Because you shot it now, Talango Hufanga, and I feel like from my naked eye watching him, his ass was sky all. He's another sorry ass. You know what I'm saying? Missing tackles, getting bullied. He was getting bullied, but you're saying eight solo tackles?
He led the team with 8 solo tackles, man. He did his thing. I mean, defensively, I mean, you earned his paycheck on Sunday. You
must not been watching the game, because he was like the second hitter.
He was doing his thing. My thing is, bro, I'm gonna say this to the Niner fans. RELAX, bro. Relax. Only 3 losses, baby. It's only 3 losses. Still young. The only loss I would say I'm concerned about that you guys took was from the Vikings. The other 2 losses were 2 AFC losses. The Bengals they're a Super Bowl type team. So you guys losing to them really wasn't like you guys got exposed. Offensively, Puni, you were right. Brock Purdy should not have more rushing yards than Christian McCaffrey, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you've been calling that since the beginning of the season. that McCaffrey needs a second running back. They need to have a dual running back system in Frisco, man. So I don't know. They're expecting him to carry the whole load for the rest of the year, but McCaffrey can't be touching the ball like 30 times a game, man. That's insane.
Exactly.
That's insane.
I'm just gonna go with what Queen was saying. This game is rigged. That's what it is. That's what we're, you know what I'm saying? The Niners, well, really is, we're the best team there is in the league. But, you know what I'm saying? NFL and all of them was like, look here, guys, we need to make this interesting. We need y'all to take some L's. And that's what's really going on. Because there's no way that these damn 3 teams was to kick our ass, bro. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. How the hell are we going to be scoring 30? That makes no sense, man. 5 games in a row, 30 points. Till like the past 3 games, like under 20. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it makes no sense, dude.
I would say, Puni, the time to panic. I think if you guys lose 3 more games, then it's time to panic. But it's only 3 losses, man. The Niners are still the most dominant team in the NFC right now.
Ain't no Niner fan panicking, bro. We're talking about just our evaluation of this game. Move on. Stop trying to make it sound like we worry. We ain't worried about shit.
I'm seeing what I see on Facebook, bro. A lot of Niner fans are starting to panic. They starting to think that the Niners are, we're back to our old ways. Man, I think it's time to just relax, bro. Y'all just had a couple bad games.
Calm down.
Yeah.
All right, Puni Moa, you're done right now.
Hey, I ask the one thing about the Niner fan, we don't support weak ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They need to like step it up, man. I'm tired of like wasting my precious 3 hours of the day to just watch disappointment. That's all they did. That's all they did this past 3 weeks. Was fucking make my anxiety go up and shit, bro. It's the same fucking Niners for the past. Since I blame Kyle Shanahan. Fuck you, Kyle Shanahan. and I still don't believe in Brock Purdy. He's got to give me 2 championship rings in order for me to like be a Purdy fan, bro. That's where I stand, guys.
Man, you bougie Niner fans.
Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
I mean, y'all could go back to the Jeff Garcia days. Come on, man.
Nah,
we're okay. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be all right.
The Niners are gonna be all right. This is coming from a non-Niner fan. You guys still have the most dominant defense in the NFC. Like I said, with that loss, you have a safety that had 8 solo tackles, bro. The defense is still good.
Tell him no, Ufana sucks. I'm gonna say that out loud. You suck, man. You need to step it up. I was hoping for the freaking what is it? The Tasmanian Devil 2.0 to come out. Heck, I didn't see that shit, but it's all right. It's all right. I still love you, Talanoa, but your ass was whack, bro. 8 solo tackles didn't do shit for us, bro. So give us an L. That's what it did.
What else you got for us?
All right, moving on. I'm gonna talk about you know what? I don't even want to talk about my team. Green Bay, you guys suck. I'm tired of having the faith. I don't have faith in love. It's Puni Moa was always giving me the shout out. He was always doing this. Nah, man, it's broken, bro. Green Bay, you guys officially suck. You guys lost to the Raiders, the Broncos, and the Vikings back to back. To the Raiders and the Broncos losing to them, man. Oh my goodness. Now I know how it feels. That's why I'm saying United fans need to relax. Relax. Y'all got a playoff team.
You ain't got to rush like the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love.
For real. You know what I mean? You guys ain't struggling like us, bro. But it comes with the territory, man. Green Bay, we've been spoiled for 30 years. We've been a contender for 30 years. So now we finally got somebody who might not be a Hall of Fame quarterback. So it comes with the territory, man. You gotta be patient. A lot of Niner fans were patient during the Garcia era, and then you guys got Cap. And after the Cap era, you guys were waiting for a bit. And then you got what's his name? Brock Purdy. So.
No, don't forget Jimmy G. We had Garoppolo for a little bit.
Oh, that's right.
He was eye candy to a lot.
For real, man. Don't forget porn star Jimmy Garoppolo. Hey, and then don't forget what's his name? What's his name? Alex Smith, man. You can't forget Alex Smith.
Man, you know what? It's sad for Alex Smith, man. Like I feel like he could have been way better than what he was. It's just how many coaches did he go through in Frisco?
A
You know what I
lot.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what, Oos? I don't want you to try to cover up what you were saying because I caught what you said that the Packers were relevant for 30 years. What the fuck? You sound just like the Cowboys, Oos. You know what I'm saying? What
They
you mean
were.
relevant, bro? You only had one championship ring. Was what year was that? 2000
Two
something.
two championship rings. It was two championship rings.
Who? I know.
One with Brett Favre and one with Aaron Rodgers, bro. So
What?
from 92 to 2007, Green Bay was a playoff contender. Then when Aaron Rodgers took over in 08 to 2023.
Well, I'm sorry, man. With those
playoff
championship,
contenders.
we're talking about relevant and nowadays, bro. We're talking about current.
Oh,
If
I was
you
alive
go
with
back
my
in
championship,
decades,
dude.
all we know about the Packers is getting spanked. Like Aaron Rodgers seeing like nothing but 49ers. It's always the same commercial. He wanted to be part of the 49ers, and what happens? He get his ass ran over. All we
When
know
is
is
the
that the
last time?
Niners always spank y'all
Are we
asses.
doing this? Queen, are we doing this right now?
Oh my gosh, you guys are really doing it. I thought we were going to be talking about a whole bunch of other football teams, but
You better ring that bell, Queen. You better ring that. We about to go down right now. First of all,
Puni Moa, turn around that desk. Go get your high blood pressure pill.
I gotta say, all you little young 49er fans out there, you weren't even alive for any of those damn Super Bowls, all right? I was alive for two of mine. Okay, 96, 2010. I was alive for mine.
Yeah.
So are you younger Niner fans? If you're under 25, don't even talk to me, bro. Because you weren't alive for any of that.
Yeah.
For the
Oh
older
my
ones,
gosh, these two. Okay, go take your calm pills.
We'll go at it.
I will admit, bro, that Brett Favre era, yeah, that was painful. But that was a long ass time ago, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about current situation. We could go a decade.
I was stating facts, though. It was Brett Favre was with the Packers for 15 years. So was Aaron Rodgers. It's 30 years. So I would say about 20. I would say about 27 years because the first couple of years of both of them, they were both a little kaya. But I would say over that, Packer fans have been spoiled, bro. Dallas fans, I don't know why they talk like that. They only been Romo wasn't even the era, bro. We're not even gonna call Tony
they were
Romo
only
an era.
relevant in what, the 80s, the 80s.
Yeah.
No, the 90s.
I'm just calling it like a spade. Green Bay had eras. We went from the Brett Favre era to the Aaron Rodgers era. Just like the only other team to do that, we did that secondly. The first team to do that was the Niners. We went straight from the Montana era to the Young era. We were spoiled fans. You know what I mean? You guys went through it after the Young era. You guys were a little shaky for a little bit. I'm not saying you guys weren't good. I'm just saying you guys weren't of that caliber.
Yeah, but we're talking history here. I ain't talking about the history. I'm just talking about a decade, 10 years from now. You get what I'm saying? Let's compare apples to apples. Let's compare apples to apples. Green Bay y'all made the playoffs because y'all division suck ass. Come on now. You talk about the Bears, the Vikings. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like we had the number one division for the past 10 years. That was a known fact.
Who won the most recent Super Bowl though? Well, who won the most recent Super Bowl? Who got a most recent ring right now?
What year was it?
Green Bay or Frisco?
What year was it? The last one with Aaron Rodgers? What year was it?
2010.
2010. Bro, that's not even 10 years from now, bro. This is 2013. None of us won any Super Bowl. We're talking about 10 years ago. Oops. Get your math right, Oops. We're talking about 10 years ago.
I said
no. I was just saying a decade. A decade from now, because that's a more realistic argument, bro. 10 years from now, none of us won any Super Bowls. But who had more Super Bowl appearance within the 10 years? Who had more Super Bowl
losses?
Appearance?
Bro, don't even bring up the appearance because we lost every appearance.
Hey, we ain't talking, okay? But who? Us facing each other, though.
Puni Moa,
what?
Lay to rest, bro.
Shout out your Queen. I mean, we gotta figure it
let it rest because look, I'm a Niner fan too, bro. But you bringing up some stuff that people just counter with your shit. You know they're always going to be on. Your last Super Bowl was 1995. You probably
you know what? Shout out to the 49ers, baby.
Oh, this is love. This is love.
At the end of the day, 49ers will always be the best. I don't care what anybody say. I may be naive, whatever. I don't give a two shits of what
No,
y'all
there ain't
say.
no baby use. You are something. There's no baby.
I agree with you, Puni Moa. Remember,
I was showing y'all love,
we're
man.
trying to talk about other teams.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's
You
go
two
on.
just nothing about just the Packers and the Niners, and then man,
No,
we
it's just
got other listeners who got other teams,
it's the fact that he said, we've been relevant for the past 30 years. That just hit me the wrong way.
We
I'm
have
like,
been though. I'm not lying.
Okay, you two are
It's a
starting the
fact.
argument all over again.
all right.
Move
Carry
on.
on.
What you got on your
Move
list
on.
there, Benjeezy?
Yep.
All right. So shout out to our next episode. We're gonna talk about the Dolphins. We got a lot of Polynesian Dolphin fans out there. So
There we go. Woo-hoo.
this bad man, to 3 touchdowns, 324 yards, 30 for 45. He threw the ball 45 times. This is
Wow.
crazy.
45
So Tua, 3
times.
touchdowns, and connected with 30 of them, man. Like, boy is doing his thing. I would say he's on top of the MVP race right now, man. He's probably 1 or 2. So yeah, shout out to Tua doing his thing. He's still hot. I know they lost to the Eagles last week, but they bounced back pretty quick.
Hmm.
What's your
Awesome
take
job,
on that?
Tua. Ooh.
That Dolphin team, they're definitely the new Showtime. When it comes to everybody, I look forward to watching them and stuff doing their thing. But yeah, man, shout out to Tua. That's all I got on that one. I'm still sour by the loss that we had. But yeah, you know, I mean, hello, I made a whole segment of let's talk 49ers. So it's kind of hard for me to talk about other teams. But you're right, Oos.
It is very evident,
Can't
brother.
even talk, man. My team sucks this year, bro. I'm not.
But
As the listeners can see and hear, he's still having a very hard time moving on to other teams. We're over here trying to give a shout out to brother Tua out there doing a wonderful job with the Dolphins, and these two have less than a sentence to say about them.
Okay, my bad, y'all. To the listeners, I'm sorry, I ain't doing no justice. What I can say about the Dolphins, again, shout out to Tua. Is their coach, man, McDaniel. That dude is he's got his own media going. He's on my feed all the time. He's a character. I think a lot of their victories has to do with Mike McDaniels, the way he is, his swag. I love the clips that hit the relationship him and Tua has. There's this one clip that I seen where Mike McDaniel and Tua, because they have so many clips of them having conversation on the game while the game's going. And there was one where Mike Daniel was like, "Hey, I seen your highlights when Tua was in high school." And I think Mike McDaniel said, like, "I gotta say, man, you really sucked. You really was like he was just." And Tua, like how we talk, he's like laughing. Tua's like, "Oh, so you're only gonna rate me off of my high school clip?" He's like, "Yeah, you really needed a lot of work. I just want to tell you that, I like the energy that he's bringing to the team. I like that he's allowing the players to be themselves. And I think that because this is a new generation, right? Everything is about showboating. To us adults, we feel like, oh, they're showboating. But nah, man, that's just the way they express. There's always a victory. I couldn't stand how every team would, even if you're behind, one thing that I can't stand is when, even if you're fall behind and you get a first down, you do some kind of celebration. Or when you get a sack, I'm like, why are you celebrating, dog? You down like so much, but
It's all stats for them.
it's all stats for them. And then also it's also them getting on Madden with their celebration because that all matters. It's a lot of a pride thing. I mean, speaking of that, Benji, are you still playing Madden?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably why I didn't go to church this Sunday. So
we'll try to meet that. Why the pastor real CDC Benji? But anyways, what I was saying, what I'm getting at is this generation, especially the Dolphins, because I think Tyreek Hill's new move is he gets the fans, whoever's nearby, he'll go out there and do a selfie. That's his celebration.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that's how much of a showtime that this team is having, the Dolphins, you know. Now their loss against the Bills and who else? The Eagles, the
Yeah.
ones that they were supposed to do, you know. I don't know. It's not as bad as the Niners.
Those were key games, though, man. I feel like they should have won those games for sure. That's why for the Niners, I'm saying that I think the Niner fans got to relax. The Niners haven't lost any key games yet. You know what I mean? Like, you guys still got to play. You guys are playing Arizona one more time. Yeah. So I wouldn't panic yet. Like if you guys lost to the Cowboys or something like that, I would have been like, oh snap, man, Frisco needs to do something. But not like you guys don't need to do anything, though. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Shit, my bad. I went right back to the Niners, man.
No, you good.
Okay.
Doesn't bother me. If we're talking about my Niners, it's all gravy, baby. You know? But another team, do you have in mind? What about the Detroit Lions, Zeus?
Man, the Lions. They played. So by the time this episode comes out, they would have played already on Monday. They play the Raiders. So hopefully they can do you a favor, Puni, and smack the Raiders, and then you can feel a little better tonight.
Because even they're starting to be questionable too now, according to the analysts.
They're getting a little shaky. The Lions actually have a 70% chance of beating the Raiders. So, but we never know. Jimmy G always pulls out miracles, you know. So you never know what might happen with him.
It's more like interceptions. Like I never liked Jimmy G, bro.
For more than 10 minutes.
No. Yeah. Hey, that's the only reason why I brought up the football segment, man, because I could talk smack like how. So now this segment, I ain't trying to be like biased or non-biased. I'm just keeping it like this is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can disagree with Puni Moa. I don't care. I just wanted to have a platform to vent all, because at the end of the day, we ain't getting paid. The players are getting paid. You know what I mean?
You hear that? Y'all want to argue with Puni Moa? Write in. Comment.
Yeah.
He'd be gladly to answer y'all.
On the pod.
Mm-hmm. So far, that's what I got right now, man. Those are most of the teams that we covered. Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Eagles? I can't stand that team right now. Well, we're talking about divisions, the NFC. Right now, the Eagles are up there. Seahawks are up there. Both of the damn birds, man. I just want to shoot them damn birds. You know what I mean? Jeez. But that's where I'm at.
You know what? With the Eagles, I feel like they have an easy schedule this year, man. I don't know if they got some pictures of somebody in the front office of the NFL or something, bro. How the hell these guys get this schedule, man? Just an easy schedule for them, bro. They beat the Dolphins. I'll give them that. But yeah, I can't stand these Eagle fans either, bro. They're getting out of hand. They're getting out of hand on social media everywhere, man.
Yeah, that's the worst thing about it is because a lot of the guys are like, shout out to $1 million worth of game. Gilly the Kid, man, you seen that one where he had like where there was like, oh y'all did you see the one where he had his little midget buddy?
Yeah, Gilly getting out of hand, man.
I love it though. I love it. This is all just fun. I love it. I'm just like, Kevin Hart, you know what I'm saying? Like all the guys I like, bro. Will Smith. All these Philly guys, man. It's just, and if Kobe was alive, RIP, another Philly. The Eagles. So to me, the Eagles was never relevant to me until the people that I like, and especially I got my brother-in-law. We're really close. He's an Eagle fan, so he put me on. So it's kind of like, hey, damn.
There's a lot of Polynesian Eagle fans, man.
For real. Could it be because of Tyson Alualu? Or whatever his name is, Jordan Mailata, my brand.
From back in the day,
No, right now.
Oh, no, he's playing now. Jordan, yeah. Big guy. But hey, bro can sing too, bro. You seen that?
Yeah. I followed him for a minute too, man. Shout out to Jordan Mailata, man. Let me play this. He needs a shout out, bro. That's all you're gonna get because you're an Eagle. But you know what I'm saying, dude? At least I shot you out, dude. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the polys out there. You know what I mean? Tell them no fanga, do better. That's all I gotta say. Do better. You're wearing that golden red. Anyways, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for football, man. Hopefully my final thoughts, bro, before I let you close it out, man. Niner fans, relax. Still got a lot more football to play. And then what I was thinking? Maybe this football isn't rigged, bro. I mean, the Eagles sucked for a long, 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 long time, bro. You know what I mean? And now they're on top of things. You see the tide kind of move a lot in the NFL. Because the NBA is like, it's like wherever LeBron's at, that's where the team's banging. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I see
seen
the
that.
tide move a lot in the NFL. So maybe our conspiracy people need to chill out. Maybe maybe I'm just saying that because my team sucks. Green Bay, you guys suck. You
Bro,
guys
you're
suck,
doing a lot.
man.
I know, man. You're doing a lot of things like talking for the rest of us, like fans, like chill out. You need to just like mind your own business with your own fans. You know what I'm saying? Let us. If we upset, we upset. If we're happy, we happy, man.
No, you guys can be upset. I'm just saying, you guys haven't had any key losses yet, bro. You know what I mean? I see everybody. I'm not talking only on you, Puni. I'm talking about people on Facebook and
On
everything. They're
social
just freaking
media.
out a little bit. Yeah, social media, they're freaking out a little bit. I'm just like, man, the Niners are still dominant, bro. They're still dominant. There's only 3 losses. I get it. You guys wanted to beat the Browns, man. The sun shines on something foul every day. You know what I mean? Every other day. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the Browns got lucky on y'all. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't start panicking if y'all until you guys lose a division game. Then I would be like, oh damn, Niners need to do something. But right now,
Yeah.
the Niners are still dominant, bro. I still see you guys going to Super Bowl.
I appreciate you doing a shout out to the Niners and talking positive. I I haven't followed up on the Packers, Zeus. I'm gonna have to start doing that. See where they're at.
Don't
It's just
don't waste your time. Don't
you're
waste your
right
time,
though.
bro.
You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right about what you call the Packers being relevant because when Aaron Rodgers was around and me living out there in Wisconsin, just having some good friends who are Packer fans, it made me like watch them close, them and the Steelers, the certain teams. There's certain teams that I watch, keep an eye out, what I'm saying, just because of friends and family who are fans of that team. And you being one of them with the Packers, but just watching the other teams like the Seahawks, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna hear it. Eagles, I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna hear it. I'm like, man. But at the end of the day, you absolutely correct, Luce. It's a game. I don't lose a sleep over it. I do get frustrated like everybody else. But what about the fans that get frustrated like they played the game, bro? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I think me and you had something to say about those type of guys where because I saw on social media people were bad mouthing John Lynch, bad mouthing the GM of the front office of the 49ers when I was just like, man, the Niners have been doing a great job drafting. You know what I mean? I'm looking at it as a football fan. As a football fan, I can appreciate what those guys have done. Like when I see the Niners doing stuff like that, I see the Jacksonville Jaguars doing things like
Yeah,
that. The
Jacksonville.
way
Yeah,
the way they're drafting, bro, you have to trust the process, man. I mean, people can tell me, oh man, you got to trust what Green Bay's doing, but it's just like, man, the only difference is those teams are winning. You know what I mean? Frisco and Jacksonville, they're winning. They're doing good right now. So Green Bay's not. So that's why I'm not trusting the process of our GM. Um, I think those guys will get really emotional in it, man. It's just like
they got the feelings
it's like
involved with
oh
it. And then another
yeah
thing, I don't, to the listeners that are not Packer fans or followers, they don't understand that these guys actually have a unique kind of ownership. It's the whole Wisconsin residents
yeah yeah. You know, I
as a
feel like
group.
that would have helped us though back then. You know what I mean? Like maybe
Time
we
has
do need
changed.
something like a Al Davis, bro. We need somebody to come in there and be like, nah, I'm drafting this guy.
Yeah,
You know what
a
I mean?
single
But
individual. Yeah, I think that's
yeah,
also that also had a lot to do with the which is with the with Aaron Rodgers. With his relationship and stuff like that. A lot of your guys players, dude. I'm just like it's that stigma, that it all goes back to like politics. Not I wouldn't say politics, but just like a 2% deal. Because I know that's what the Packers is. There's a certain amount of group there that runs that whole entire organization, which is great because I believe Pittsburgh's the same way too, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh has the same thing, but my thing is, bro, the organizations need to show love, man. Like this is why. This is why, bro. You will never hear. The only reason why I compare the Niners and the Packers a lot because we have a lot of similarities. We had back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks,
Yeah, the
right
history.
after each other. The
You know,
history is the same. But here's the thing: you will never hear Steve Young badmouth the organization, bro. You know what I
yeah,
mean? With Green Bay, you have two Hall of Fame quarterbacks who
saying the
badmouth the
same
organization.
thing.
Yes, saying the same thing. We can't get help. Nobody wants to come play in Wisconsin. The only bad thing that Frisco had was when Joe Cool had a problem with Steve Young taking over his spot, bro. But he had every
And
right to feel that way.
every
You
right.
know?
He had every right. And it's
Absolutely.
understandable with Steve Young too. Steve Young
Yeah.
had it's hard when you have that kind of situation, right? But with the going back to what you're saying too, because I lived out in Wisconsin and I see what you're saying as far as when it's player attraction. I I'm just amazed that even Green Bay Packers even has a team. I would feel like that it's better.
Yeah.
It's better to have them in Milwaukee because Milwaukee is such a
Yeah.
bigger population. But they have it out there in Green Bay, and there's nothing out there. Who's just a stadium is what really the big thing out there.
Right, because it's a neighborhood, right? And then the
Yeah, it's a
stadium's like right
neighborhood,
in the center.
and I'm like, wow, this is crazy, And that's the only, and there's nothing to do out there but go watch the Packers. So I've always said that I'm like, man, it would have made much sense because Milwaukee's a beautiful state city, and I'm like, man, I would
Yeah.
love to live in Milwaukee, but I was living 3 hours away in a city called La Crosse back in Wisconsin. But yeah, man, I seen that, that even the residents out there, they're pretty pissed off with the ownership and how they're running the team. That you have the the quarterback fans that are loyal to them, like Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre,
Yeah.
and then you have the ones that are loyal to the whoever are in charge of the Packers, as a team.
Yeah, bro, because when I say they've been relevant, that's not a flex, bro. That's more of
That's the truth.
embarrassing because it's you have two guys, two Hall of Fame quarterbacks for 30 years, right? And you only have two Super Bowls to answer for that, bro.
Yeah, they could have done Joe Montana numbers
Exactly.
because Joe Montana alone 4 rings, four
Exactly. And people can be like,
trophies.
oh, we got rid of Joe Montana, da da da. But yeah, but Joe Montana brought the rings. He
Yeah,
brought the rings to Frisco, bro.
it was Joe.
That's the difference. That's the difference, and that's why I envy the Niners when they take care of their guys, they took care of their guys.
Yeah,
With Green Bay, they bring people in there to play. You know what I'm saying? Like look at all the highlight receivers that you guys have had over the years and stuff like that. Green Bay
well,
has to create them.
I kind of feel like Kyle Shanahan is in that Green Bay mentality because it was the draft pick that when we got these they grew up and they became a stud. You know what I'm saying? We were fortunate
Yeah,
enough for George Kittle, for freaking Brandon Ayuk was the only one, and Bosa. Could we agree? We're the
but you
only
guys are
two
paying them.
studs.
You guys are paying them though.
Correct. Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, these guys are like Jimmy. Okay, for Nick Bosa, I see why they had no choice but to. He was the top. He
Oh
made,
yeah.
and he's young,
Wait, number
right?
number two overall pick.
But
Yeah.
what about we'll see about it when it comes to Brandon Ayuk. That's what I want to see. And then of course with what's his name, Debo, it was like they were kind of like pressured. Like he was the best receiver at that time. He was doing stuff that no other. He was a hybrid receiver. It was like okay, they were kind of pressured to pay him. So Debo was smart to put in. Same with Nick Bosa. This generation, these young youth, because
Yeah.
of the history of the business of NFL, the players are a lot wiser now. Now I'm only saying that because it's like we're comparing apples to apples. I feel I'm on. Look at it. We got rid of what's his name, DeForest Buckner because of the
Yeah.
pay. You know what I'm saying? Like it's we're fortunate for the players that we have. It's not it's not the franchise themselves doing it. No, we're fortunate to have that
Yeah.
because
They're homegrown.
they're home, they weren't even top picks
Yeah.
besides only Nick Bosa and Brandon Ayuk. Those were the only
Yeah.
top picks. And then of course the defensive line. But you see how we are. we send them off. Once their rookie contract is done, we send them off. We pick them on the highest on the front, right? All I'm saying is, I feel like that Kyle Shanahan is the same way too. And now it's starting to see that, it's people. Another thing when we talk, I'm not trying to talk about the 49ers, but one thing I want to bring up is I feel like that the locker room is finally catching up, and they get tired of Kyle Shanahan and uh this his little crew that he has, because they're all white.
You really think
They're
it's
all
that?
Palangis. They're all Palangi, bro. I kind of feel I'm just saying it might be the issue too, man. It might be a locker room problem where, I mean, you can't
Yeah.
beat Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk. Do we have a white receiver? No, we don't. Well, all we have is like,
No.
yeah. I think Kyle,
McCaffrey's not even white, bro.
what
He's
is he?
black too.
For real?
No, I'm just saying. But he's one of those soul type brothers, you know what I mean?
Ah, he's a weird breeder. He's as white as it comes, Zeus.
He's a bad white boy, bro.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
man, he ain't even white.
Ooh, so I'm just saying, bro. It might be one of them things. Like I think Kyle Shanahan's trying to run it like Bill Belichick. Oops. You know what I'm saying? Like white, blue, not white, but not even white people. It's just the blue collar. Listen to the
I,
coach.
I got a question for you though, bro.
Hmm.
Is this would you say this season is a make it or break it for Kyle Shanahan? Do you think like his era is on the line with this year?
I hope so. I really hope so. I'm done with him too. I've been done with him. That's just me though. Everybody might say I'm a hater, but no, man. Just look at the numbers.
Nah,
He's
you got your
just
opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My opinion is he's afraid to make calls. He's finally with Brock Purdy starting to make some ballsy calls, but still, it's not enough. It's not enough to win a whole game. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna pass the damn ball? He spent more time passing. Like it's like he gives up on a running play when you get held
Yeah.
back once. Then all of a sudden he goes to the throwing the ball. I'm like, kind of coach,
It's
dude. Like, stick
like
to
you
the
got
run.
Christian McCaffrey, bro. It's like
You got
you
Christian
got one of the
McCaffrey. You
baddest.
got
Yeah.
you got what's his Mitchell. You have and then our rookie. We got three-headed monsters. Let them eat. And we're known like our offensive line are known for running. So, but to me, it's like Kyle Shanahan, man. You stop us one time, he's gonna change it up to passing,
Yeah,
screen
with
plays,
that,
stuff
that's
like
why with
that.
the Bengals game, man, that was highly disappointing. Like I said, there's no way in hell Brock Purdy should have more rushing yards than Christian McCaffrey, bro. That's insane.
Yeah, man. That's where it's at for me, Ooze, for football, bro. I just feel like a lot of things. I feel like it's a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Just my intake of looking at it, and like I mentioned before, with the Colorado. Remember how that Travis Hunter when he got hit,
Hmm.
nobody came to his aid. That's the kind of conspiracy that I'm feeling. At the moment. But I felt like that at
But
the beginning of the season.
you see the last game though, right?
Well, not only that, here's another reason why. They got rid of Trey Lance. And the ones that was talking down about him was George Kittle. Really, George Kittle was talking a lot of bad things about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, wasn't even uplifting the young brother. Not that
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm siding with blacks or white. No, it's just, hello,
For,
kind of
for
obvious.
football though, especially for a team like that, for Trey Lance, when you have one of the team captains bad mouthing you, bro, how do you bounce back from that? You know what I mean? Like, how
Yeah.
do you get everybody back on your side? Because it wasn't like just anybody talking shit about him, bro. It was George Kittle. You
If
know?
I'm just saying, bro, if George Kittle was Caucasian, he might would have talked bad. I'm just saying because that's what I see in the George Kittle, what's the fullback's name? All of them, bro. The little white collars, bro. I mean, blue collar. You
Yeah.
know, that's what I see from my eyes, and I see them now. Okay, they forget, bro. This is a team, and of course, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. The young thugs, the young, people like Ayuk and all of us, minorities. You know what I'm saying. We're the type that we operate different. We don't listen that much. Sometimes the talent matters. You know what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is look at McDaniel, the way McDaniel's running his team. He's letting them be them.
That's true.
He's letting the talent be the talent.
They're being like some little cocky little mother lovers, man.
Yeah, and
But
then your
it's working for
coach,
them though.
but your coach, he's just like Kyle Shanahan. He's trying to
Playing
control,
scared. Yeah.
playing scared.
Jordan Love's not getting to do anything, bro.
He's
Have you noticed
controlling.
that? All
Didn't
screen
know.
passes, bro. Short
Didn't
passes.
notice that, bro. I mean, even remember when he couldn't say nothing to Aaron Rodgers. But look at Aaron Rodgers
Yeah,
took y'all to like since what 3 years ago, right? Jordan Love
yeah.
was it 3 or 2 years ago?
Two NFC championships, bro.
Since y'all recruited Jordan Love, and I only know that because I was out there in Wisconsin at that time and
Yeah.
seeing that. You know what I mean?
Nah, but and they both come from the same. They both coach together, Shanahan and
Yep.
Lafleur.
Them
You
and
know what I
man,
mean? So
and it's all that Palangi blue collar things. It's not that they're you get what I'm saying? It's not
yeah,
that they're racist or anything like that. No, it's just that they have a different kind of mentality. They're just trying to remember the Titans back, but reverse from black is to white. You know the movie Remember the Titans?
yeah.
They're, tr- they're trying to bring back the glory days.
Damn.
You know, again, listeners, we just having a conversation, man. It's just what I see, and I feel like, hey, is that what it is? I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, But
Nah, man. But the similarities that you pointed out, though, Puni, it makes a lot of sense. Shanahan really couldn't tell Jimmy G what to do. Now he has a young quarterback where he's like, hey, do it this way. Just like with the whole Jordan Love situation, man. LaFleur couldn't tell Aaron Rodgers, but like, screw you, bro. This is my team. I'm gonna call this play. You know what I mean? Now these young guys gotta follow the leader, bro. So man. You guys still got hope though. My team is completely in the drain, bro.
you has
But
been, giving up all those good players and stuff.
yeah, man. So I'm already moving on to basketball season, bro. I've
Man,
been
it's
watching a
that
lot of
deep, huh?
basketball. It's that deep, Bruce.
Man, yeah. So
Uh,
speaking of basketball, who you going for?
oh,
Should, should
I'm
we
a Dallas
should we
fan, man.
should we end we should end our podcast already because this is football, huh? You think we're taking on
Oh
too
yeah,
long?
yeah. Whoa, what time is it?
We're
Oh
the,
shit, yeah. 10:41, Oos.
yeah, man. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and close this out for us, man. To the listeners, man. Again, don't hold us accountable. Well, actually, you technically supposed to hold us accountable. Everything we say is just our personal opinion. It's just for purposes of entertainment. Um, leave a comment, drop a comment. You got anything, bro?
Yeah, man. I want to give a big shout out to the whyuce listeners and from the WeFobbz Nation, man. I want to give a big shout out to them. They've been supporting us and watching us a lot lately. And like I said, man, y'all want to talk some shit? Come come check us out on the whyuce podcast, bro.
Yeah. Last but not least, I just remembered. Thanks for saying that. Thank you to L Banger for the comment. That's why we talked about this topic. We were able to talk about it. Hopefully, you're satisfied with our answers. That's what we have as far as like the robbery going on out there in the Bay Area, also known as San Francisco. Folks, to our listeners, we value your opinion. Let us know what topic you guys want us to discuss and talk about. And yeah, that's us. And then one more thing, shout out to WeFobz. I believe this is on the 4th of November. We'll hit up our 1 year anniversary. Hopefully, we can get you Ben Jeezy on there. We're trying to get
Yeah,
all everybody on that podcast. So look out for that one. I'm not sure when it's going to get recorded, but we are definitely talking about getting a WeFob podcast going on this week to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. Man, we came this far, and just to educate our viewers. If you notice, if you get on our podcast, you see there's WeFobbz podcast. You see there's what is it, Supernatural Limits, and then you see ourselves over here with the whyuce. There are different podcasts, and we are just trying to cater. It's a wave to where just like music with genres. What I'm saying? We have different kind of listeners, so we're trying to cater to different listeners. Some of you just might like that Makaiku shit or ghost hunting stuff. Some of you just like politics. That's where we got the WeFobs or making money moves. That's where the
yeah,
WeFob comes in. Some of you just want to just shoot the breeze. You know what I'm saying? And just talk stories. And that's where you got the whyuce. And so we're just trying to just bring like-minded folks on our podcast, and then also just trying to promote positivity to our listeners, and especially for us at the whyuce Polynesians, uplifting our future generations. That there's so many things you can do in life. the norm that we have, you know. So shout out to y'all, man. But that's everything I got right now. So
Same here, man. Just want to say, I love you, NC Ula. Kisses to the sky for you.
R.I.P. to Auntie Ula. All right.
Yeah.
And we out, baby.
Whyuce, tell me why the sky's blue. Tell me why this money is green. Now Lord, please, tell me why I do these things to make tea. Now yeah, let me. They kick me out of church, cause I just don't listen. Always fall asleep when the preacher is preaching. Not my fault, I do love God, but on Saturday nights I be all up on God. Trying to save the world with the homies. My KB rising with my homies. Playing 2K with my homies. Jumping on Madden with the homies.